Hello, I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. Thank you for joining me today. I've got a really quick and simple little make for you today, but rather effective, and it's a fun fold. So I've seen a couple of these on YouTube by other demonstrators, but it wasn't quite the right size for my the envelope that I wanted it to fit in. So this is my version, slightly scaled different. So this is called a bay window card for obvious reasons. It looks like a bay window, but it is much easier than it looks, which is always a bonus. So this is one that I made for a friend, and I'm gonna make exactly the same but in different colours. So I'm just gonna put that to one side. Okay, so the first things, I'll show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be making a Christmas card, so we're going to use the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. We're going to use some of the Feels Like Frost papers, which are 6x6, which is perfect for this. You just need one sheet. We're using it because there's some seams on it, and as it's a bay window, we want it to look like you're looking for a seam. Quite like that one. Shall we use that one today? Although that's quite nice, very Christmassy. Really like that one. That's nice. Maybe that one. Decisions. Okay, so once you've decided, which is always the worst bit for me, you need some coordinating card. So let's have a look. I think I quite like the Night of Navy card. So is that going to be too dark? Yeah, I think I might go for this one because that makes it stand out a bit more. And you need some white cardstock. And that is about it. You need some extra spare white for your sentiments. And you need a nice punch. I've chosen this one because you want to make this stand out so that it hooks behind there. Some dimensionals and some glue. And that's it. So let's get crafting. So the first thing you need to do is cut your A4 sheet of paper. So cut it that way. And you're literally just going to cut the A4 sheet in half, so it's 4.1 inches. And that will give you 2 pieces of card, so you could actually make 2 cards from one piece. So we're going to use one to one side. The next thing you need to do is you're going to be scoring it. So on the long side, you want to score it at 3/8. So I'm going to turn it this way and do it on one end at 3/8. Right, be careful to score and not cut. So many times I've done that and it's really annoying. Turn the card around so the 3/8 is now on that side, and you do it at 2 and 1/8. 2 and 1/8. And then 4 and 1/8. What you're actually doing is scoring the lines for your bay window. And then the last one is 5 and 7/8. Okay, and that is your card base. So if I just run through the score lines with you again. So it was 3/8, 2 and 1/8, 4 and 1/8, and 5 and 7/8, and that is your card. Okay, so we're just going to burnish all of those. Okay, like that. And the last one that's 3/8, you want to fold it back the other way as well, because that's going to be your hook that sits under. So that's your card. Okay, now let's talk about the DSP. So 6x6 is the size that you've got, which is perfect. You want to keep it at 6 inches that way, but you need to cut at 3 7/8 thickness, which means you're chopping off a bit. Because this is a scene, I want to chop a bit off the bottom and possibly a bit up the top, so that I pick out the bit that I want. So straight away I'm going to chop some just off of the bottom. If I did it at 3 7/8, where would it be? That's probably about right, actually. So with this one, I chopped a little bit off the bottom. If I show you the original, you can see I've chopped some off the top and some off the bottom to get the middle view there. But with this one, I think I'm just going to chop it off the bottom. So let's have a look again. So I'm putting it at 3 7/8, and I'm looking where my line, my cutting line is going to be. Okay, it is, I might actually move it up a bit so you do get the sky in it. So I've chopped that bit off the bottom. Now I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to put it at 3 7/8 and see how much comes off the top. Okay, you don't chop off a tree. Let's have a look. No, let's just do that. So I've chopped a really thin sliver off the top. Okay, so I've got those 2 bits spare that I don't need. And that leaves me with that picture, which is a nice wintry scene. So now I need to cut my bay window pieces. So let's have a look. The first one needs to be 1 3/8. 1 3/8. That needs to go there. I'm just going to lay that to the side there so you can see. The next one is 1 6/8. So 4, 5, 6, 1 6/8. That will be the next one. The next one is 1 4/8. 1 4/8, which should leave you with one that is 1 3/8. So if I bring those over again so you can see, so it still makes the same picture, they're just cut into sections. Okay, so that's going to be the front of my card. Now the bit that goes on the inside here, and the bit that makes these 2 sort of frames on the outside, we just cut that in one piece. So we need a white piece of card, I've decided, for this one, so that can stamp a nice sentiment. We need it at 3 7/8. So 3 7/8. This piece is way too big, but I'm going to use it. 3 7/8 and 5 3/4. No, 6. 6. So 5 7/8. I'm doubting myself now. Yeah, by 6. 5 7/8 by 6. Okay. So that is the piece that you need. Now that's going to fit inside, but it's slightly too big and you need the frame for the outside. So now you need to cut off 2 strips from this background piece. So the bit that's 3 7/8 by 6, you need to cut off 2/8, which seems such a tiny amount, but you'll see why in a minute. So you need one of those, look, so tiny. And then you need another one for the other side of your frame, like that. Okay, and that now is the perfect size for inside your card. So we get to put it together. Okay, so if I bring my navy background piece in, so the first thing I'm going to do is stick this piece to the inside. I just slide those over so that you can see. And I'm just trying to get it in the middle of my card. Just have a nice frame all around it. No matching to do, super simple. Just put the white piece straight on the back, like so. I love how this card is just so simple but look so effective. Now, coming back to your seam that you cut up, okay, you need the very end piece. So these are going to be your window at the front, and this is your end piece here, and we're going to stick it on the end there. So we could have been clever and cut this right up to it, but we don't need to. It's going to cover it all up anyway. Okay, and that's just going to carry on the scene effect for your bay window. So that literally is just going to go over the end of your white card exactly, and that just finishes that off there. So coming to the front, we're now going to put these 3 panels on the front. So we're going to start by doing this frame this side and just gluing that onto there. Okay. Be careful about how much Tombow you put on, because obviously when you press it down it squeezes out everywhere. So that just goes in that piece there. And it looks like it's not big enough, but it is, because you're going for a window effect. So you just need a navy border all round, and that's that bit. Then I think I'm going to do the other white one. So this white piece goes at this end. Now obviously there isn't a scored panel to slot it into, so you just need to do it with your eye. So again, put a little bit of glue on, not too much, and then put it on this side. So leave a tiny little bit of border, but nothing much to speak of, because it's quite a dark card, Night of Navy. It contrasts straight away with the white, can you see? So that's my window frame, if you like. And now I just stick these on in the right order. So the first panel, obviously it's already got the white frame. Let's move those off. And I'm just going to butt it right up to that and put it on there. Okay, like so. The next one just goes to there, to the middle piece, and just with my eye I put it in the middle of the frame there, like so. Can you see it already looks like looking through a window? And then this one is the final piece, and honestly you couldn't make a simpler card, but with a bit of wow. Okay, and that's the final panel, and that's your bay front card. Now obviously we need it to pop out like that, so it looks like a bay window. So we're going to take a bit of that white card that we had left, and we're going to stamp a sentiment, and you need to think about a sentiment that goes down that way. So let's have a look. I'm not sure that that will fit. So there's one here that's called Thinking of Christmas, but I'm not sure that that will fit in. No, let's play safe. So let's do From Our House to Yours, because that will definitely fit in. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp that on a bit of on the card. Where's my stamping block? Oh, got it. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers just because they're handy to me, and I'm using Night of Navy, just colouring all over that. And I'm going to stamp on there. Actually going to do it on my pad because my table is not smooth. And then the other one that I'm going to do across the bottom. So you've got all of these. I'm going to put Season's Greetings. Is that in there? Okay, so I'm going to do that at the same time, just so I can and I've already got little slips of paper that I keep, which is just a bit sad, isn't it? Can't throw anything away, but they're perfect for this. So there's that. Okay, so let's punch that out. This might actually look a bit lost on here. Yeah, it does. So what I will do when I've finished is I will put some snowflakes or something on there. So you need that to be higher up than the actual base of the card. So I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back. Okay. And if I bring that to there, that will tell me where I want it to be. So about there, okay? And then this one, got some scissors here somewhere. Let's move that out of the way. I'm just going to cut that off there, straight. But this end, I'm just going to shape it ever so slightly. And this end, like that. And I'm also going to shape it with my bone folder like that, just because I don't want it to be flat. And just put a little bit of glue on the end there. And put it around there somewhere. Okay, and like I said, what I will do as well is maybe add some snowflake embellishments to it. But that is the basic card. Super easy and super quick. So that's my Christmas one. And this is my Thinking of You, I'm Here For You friend one. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye.